take a moment to say this. The most awkward thing I may have ever seen on a podcast was thirsty ass, four joke having ass AD trying to get off on the 22-ster and accuse me of teen sniping while he's sitting right next to fucking Jeffrey Epstein himself, TRell, who we all know escorted on a private jet an underage Kylie Jenner to another country. Did he have sex with her? We don't necessarily know. But I mean, this is just a weird joke to make given the context, especially when AD fully knows that I have never slept with the girl in question. The girl from Canada, I did not even meet her until she was 19. So AD is now so thirsty for some kind of joke to get off on the 22-ster that he's going to throw this fake narrative out there. Here's a question. Why'd you never say anything about that when you were working at No Jumper, when that was a hot topic that people were going off on? And even when you left No Jumper, it's been like a year and a half. And you never made that kind of joke before. You want to know why? It's because we really got under his skin. No, we got under his skin with the fucking the stream sniping allegations because I think that Pun is on his ass because he used the Figmunity card. This is what, like, people sent me enough clips that I was able to figure this out. He used the Figmunity card to go to New York, and so from the perspective of Pun and the other dudes,
the trip
exactly, he scammed his home company. That's crazy. Because if you go out there to do appearances on other podcasts and stuff, how is that going to benefit the brand itself when nobody does any content with you?
It's promotion.
Now, here's the important.
TRell was there.
Yes, but they didn't go on. They didn't do any content the whole time they were there. So they basically just went on vacation and billed it to Pun and Duno and Smack and everybody else who's part of that LLC, assuming that that's how it works.
I don't think they got the LLC. I don't think.
Well, however that may have been structured, yeah. So, but either way, if you were Pun,
it's an S corp. To be fair,
somebody sent me a clip of Pun like being mad, like really kind of like egging it on, because from his perspective, it's like, why the fuck am I on the hook for a percentage of the money that it took for you to go out there and do shit? Now, here's the thing. AD thought that when he went out there that he was going to do content with Joe Budden and academics.
Understandable.
He didn't realize they don't want to talk to you unless they can talk about me. And there's nothing new to talk about in terms of me. So AD's got to prepare himself for the gradual descent into cloutlessness that he's been on for the last however many months or a year plus, because at a certain point, it just becomes boring to do a Rory and Mal podcast in order to talk about Joe Budden, you know? Now, Rory and Mal, to be fair, they've built themselves up. Their content's doing pretty good, so people want to have them on their podcast in general. Well, and also they're just like good conversationalists, so it makes sense to bring them on. It makes sense. But AD, not the conversationalists that Rory and Mal are, so he's left here scratching his head, sitting on his ass in his diaper outside the club, just wondering
his diaper.
Why is Ack not calling me back? Why is Joe Budden not calling me back? And I guess the other thing that the chat just reminded me of is, how does AD sit there with a straight face saying that I'm somehow now apparently guilty of some sort of sex crime with a younger person, when you take a look at his own family? I think he needs to dig into that. I think that now, given that he's voiced off on me, that he should probably do a little bit of digging. Now, I never wanted to be the person to throw that person under the bus, but now AD seems perfectly happy to be throwing that stuff out there. So I think he probably should do an entire stream about that.
Adam, can't you just congratulate him on his fifth joke?
His brother?
He got his fifth joke.
His brother.
That's what I said. Was it
got it has some messy stuff in his past. I don't believe that he's a bad person. I don't believe that he's actually
made a fucked up decision.
He made a bad decision at a certain point in his life. He fucked up. And I'm not going to hold that against him, you know? It did at a certain point. That was a factor in us deciding to not work together anymore. But I mean, I feel like, you know, that's something that AD should probably address.
You should have just named him like a city, like that he can't live in anymore, kind of like Mr. Beast. Should have named him Delaware. And just let him keep.
Why can't Mr. Beast live in Delaware?
Mr. Beast has an employee that works for him that's banned from Delaware due to pedo activity.
Oh, that guy. I've seen that. You watched the fucking Mr. Beast is a scumbag video? Yeah. I watched that too.
And Mr. Beast's nickname for him is Delaware.
Yeah.
So knowingly, you got to pedo.
So this dude's nickname would be United States.
Yeah,
But not like really, if anything though, the cold thing is like, damn, like, do you like stand behind your brother or not? Like, that's a whole other conversation, low key. It's like, you rocking with brother or not?
No,
like,
but you remember when TRell invited Kiki on the podcast?
I do.
And then AD deaded it and basically said no to his own brother.
And
That
that's
was
because because you didn't want to be associated with
Exactly.
Let's take one for the team. I'm trying to see the voltage on here.
He's trying to be brand friendly. Oh, you're gonna cattle prod him? I'd like to see that, but
I
I'm
do
not
it to
gonna.
myself.
Sure. Hey, no, but you know what I was thinking when you were explaining all the things that AD was doing, like bringing shit up later on, like it was like he had a problem with it, but it's like later on, it's like the Zest effect. They had DW over there, and they called a Zest win. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit that he was saying, lie after lie up there. And he said this, he said that.
Wait, you call it Zest Wind?
The Zest effect, yeah, Zest wind.
I didn't watch the DW pod, but
It's like the Santa Anita winds.
Yeah.
They blow in and they affect everybody.
Zest
You know what I'm saying?
residue.
Zest.
So you're saying the DW Flame made AD zesty through? They didn't even do a podcast
It's
together.
too much interaction. Once you touch one of the friends, the zest. You know how, like, when I came over here with you, I got a little.
I object to DW Flame having any sort of zesty.
I'm not saying
Yes.
that he just a little zesty. I didn't say he was gay.
Right. But TRell, though, he's really zesty.
You say he's gay.
I don't think he's gay, but I think that if he were being
50%.
honest with himself, he would be living the life of a gay man.
If somebody pulled out a dick in front of him and nobody was around and it was a handsome guy.
Ooh, you think he would suck it? You think he would suck it? I don't know.